Welcome our next guest, Mr. Sharpe from Carbon Trade Exchange. Hi, Wayne. How's it going?
Pretty good.
Wayne, how are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Had a good day, yeah.
Yes? What did you do today?
I was just very busy. We spent a lot of time down at the Bella Centre and we learnt a lot also. Saw some pretty incredible technology and it's amazing. America have discovered climate change. Can you imagine?
That's news to me. Wayne, can you please describe, who you are, and because I know you very well, but not many people here probably know where you're from and what you've achieved so far, and why you're interested in getting involved in climate change.
Well, I started a company 20 years ago in Australia called Bartercard. It's the largest business-to-business exchange platform for credit trading in the barter sector. And we had, at our peak, 136 offices around the world. We trade about 2 billion credit units a year in our currency, which is trade dollars or trade pounds. I've been building that business from scratch. No one believed in it enough to finance it, so there weren't very many visionary bankers back in those days, not like present company, of course. And so we did it the hard way. About a decade ago, for various reasons, I was travelling the world and I became increasingly concerned about what I was seeing in terms of the impacts of our human activity on the planet.
Yep.
And I figured that we just can't keep dishing it out and not expect the planet to suffer.
Yep.
And took a much deeper interest in it over the last decade. And I went to
Bali.
Yep. And at that point, I developed a formula for analysing companies' financial accounts for their ecological impact and resource consumption, which could turn into a taxation formula. I went there to promote that and had never ever seen any link between the thing I'd been doing for the last 20 years, Bartercard, and the climate. And then I went along and heard this thing about credits, and I thought, credits, that's familiar. Trade, exchange, and everyone was complaining that there was a lack of a global web-based trading solution for carbon trading. And I thought, well, this all sounds incredibly familiar to me.
Yeah.
Imagine my surprise, shock, in fact, to find that, in fact, my technology platform converts perfectly into a carbon trading platform, and that's what we've subsequently done. What I realised in the course of all this, given that I've got 75,000 businesses as clients, and we've signed into the program over the last 20 years about 250,000, many of which other banks sent broke in the last couple of years, I have to say. And basically that knowledge about business, and I thought, well, hang on, there's so many companies out there and individuals in those companies that really do care about what's happening on the planet, but they don't know how to do anything about it.
Yep.
There's a big disconnect between the business community, particularly small to medium, but even larger companies, and what they could do to do something environmentally. And there seemed to be a gross lack of entrepreneurs in this sector.
Absolutely.
I mean, Sweden for having that program in place. I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I want to move to Sweden, not just for the girls. But so anyway, I decided I just had to inject myself into this because we need people to take action.
So concretely, what is the solution that you plan to provide to those businesses and to people?
Well,
what is it that you're doing?
As many people here probably know, I mean, the voluntary the carbon trading sector is all over the counter at the moment. It's highly labour intensive, very expensive, difficult, time consuming. Lots of consultants, advisors, lawyers, blah, 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 but not much efficiency.
Yep.
Highly inefficient system, which is exactly the same situation I had in the barter industry when I entered it.
Yep.
Now we have a situation where we have a web-based solution, we have a central exchange, we have a broker console which they can trade online on behalf of their clients. We have an online trading solution. The client can trade directly and the broker still gets paid his commission. We have online auction systems. Everything that you can possibly imagine that you would want in a financial services, except we just only trade credits.
Yep.
We don't trade any cash. So that's what the carbon trading platform is going to do, and Carbon Trade Exchange is designed to deliver that to all types of businesses.
And is the platform online now, or when are you?
No, we're in the final phases of our development, so I expect to be live February, I hope, all things being equal.
Yep.
And IT guys performing to deadlines, of course, which we all know always happens. And they're on budget too, of course, always. Yeah. Never go over. But, I've been challenged because I've had to finance this all myself, which isn't always easy, I must admit. In this economic crisis, I had to jump for almost a year back into my other companies because of the negative impact of the global economic crisis. So we had to put it on hold for a while.
Yeah.
But, I think we need more people driving entrepreneurship, and companies need to engage more readily. I mean, let's face it, the regulated sector of carbon trading only impacts 1% of global GDP.
Mm-hmm.
That's 99% that isn't being acted.
Yeah.
And that's a heck of a lot of commercial activity, and the cost isn't that great. I mean, in the UK, we've worked out that the average for a small to medium company, and obviously that's bigger in the UK than in other parts of the world, is about £5,000 a year it would cost them. Right now, today, they'd have to pay anything from £15,000 to £25,000 just to find out how to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We intend to do that for £500 in an online solution.
Yeah.
So they can go and do one of these online measurement tools and actually go in there and trade. Now, what I believe, and I've always believed, is in business, as soon as you produce a P&L line item that's a cost centre, all of a sudden the beanies come out of the cupboard and they start working out how to reduce it.
Yep.
So guess what they have to do? Then they have to start focusing on genuine reductions. So for those who don't believe in carbon trading, you're missing the point. The point is make them pay. Put some pain in there, and they'll work out a way
of integrating it to the
like water. It will find the course of least resistance and lowest cost to maximise profit, which is the whole objective of being in business.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you think that one day everybody will be trading
on
carbon?
Trade exchange, absolutely.
Of course. What a stupid question. Why are you here? Why are you here at COP15? What are your expectations?
Well, we came here for lots of reasons. I mean, first of all, we figured that all the buyers and sellers of credits are here in one form or another.
Yep.
All the people with money are here, so maybe they'll help me. And we've also want to learn more. And I've brought 6 people along. It's a relatively new young team, hence the reason why we're involved in this Climate Spark thing.
Thank you.
Funky entrepreneurism. So that's why we want to interact with as many people in the sector as possible. I mean, having been in Bali, I felt like a wolf in a sheep pen because I think I was the only entrepreneur there just about other than you.
Yeah.
And it was just, they were few and far between. Here in Europe, it's a different animal because obviously there's, the issue is much more prevalent in European society than other parts of the world. Yeah. Particularly Australia, who, they deserve all their fossil awards they get, I have to say.
Well, that's what's going to be my next question. I mean, as an Australian, what do you expect the Australian delegation to do here?
Well, look, that government is hamstrung by a political system that, they need probably about a decade of benevolent dictatorship just to get it all through, and then go back to this political system later or something like that. But, it's a very difficult situation because you've got some genuine fossils in there that, come from the farm.
In the Australian government.
They come from the farm, but they didn't learn about molecular biology.
So maybe they should all become molecular biologists.
Absolutely, I think so.
So, Wayne, good cop or a bad cop? What do you think?
I'm a good cop for only one reason. I think that politically, they'll be absolutely humiliated if all the people that have come here of their own expense and their own energy outside of the business that pays their bills and their wages, not at the government's expense or the people that voted them in, they came here wanting and demanding and expecting some sort of an outcome. I think they've got to deliver, and they better.
Yeah, so good cop.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Wayne.